Hi, and thank you for joining me on this video. My name is Aletha and I am with Create Your Future. Create Your Future is giving away a free course, How to Find Your Blocks to Manifest Anything Fast. I have courses available as well, and the links to those courses are in the description box below. Just to let you know that this video posted on the 26th of July, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And to also let you know that if this resonates with you in any way, shape, or form, that you can certainly leave a comment. I love to read those and to also answer any of your questions, and then like and share. That would be great for the channel. Okay, so now what is the question? I'm going to actually answer a question from one of the viewers who left a comment under one of my videos, and the question is this: what are some ways I can drop the 3D and my resistance to it? Okay, so I've come up with some 3 ways. They're the Neville Goddard Law of Assumption, ways for you to drop the 3D and resistance to it. The first one is you're going to shift from reaction to the 3D to creation of what it is your heart's desiring. So instead of reacting to the 3D, instead of spiraling and getting all upset, reminding yourself then that it's only a reflection of your past thoughts. It's not real, it's an illusion. And so don't give it your attention. Instead, withdraw all of that emotional live stream of attention and place it on what you do want, on your assumption. What are you assuming that your heart's desiring? You will see a return if you place that energy on the assumption, on the vision of your heart, whatever it is that you want to manifest. And so you're taking your attention away from the 3D, knowing that it's a reflection of your past thoughts, and you're going to give your attention to the vision of your heart, what it is that you are assuming, you're supposed to be assuming that you are from the end of already having it. So number 2 then would be dwell in the state of the wish fulfilled, which is living from the end of the wish already fulfilled. So you have to first know what that is, right? And then you need to persist in that and feel that. So first you need to know what it is that I want to manifest. What is my assumption? What am I assuming I am now? So you're going to live from assuming the feeling that would be yours if you were already that version of you. Because the truth is, in the quantum field, your desire exists as a version of you living out that lifestyle. And so all you're doing now is matching the feelings of the person, that version of you that is living out that lifestyle while you're here in this dimension, because you're multi-dimensional. So to make it clear, you have to know what you want, and you live from that assumption that it's yours right now because it already exists. It's yours now, so you can celebrate now. You can write your success story right now because it is yours. And then you live from the feelings of already having it. So you're going to assume the feelings that would be yours were you already that version of you. And then when you project that out of you, that this is who I am now, feeling those feelings of it, then it's got to be reflected back to you. It's the way the universe works. It must be reflected back to you. And then the third thing is decide and detach. Make a firm inner decision, or devote yourself to living from the end of having whatever it is your heart's desiring. Don't give in to the 3D. You have to make it, the biggest thing here is, how do I resist the 3D? You stop giving into it. And how do I do that? You become devoted, more devoted to your vision, to the assumption that you want to manifest, than you are to what's going on in the 3D. So you make a firm inner decision that this desire of yours is already manifested. It's yours, and you feel those feelings. And then you don't need to fix the 3D. You don't need to do anything outside of you. Just simply embody that version of you that already has it and live there, and allow the world, the universe, to bring that to you, to allow it to conform. And whatever you think that you are, That's what's going to show up in your reality. And it's so important to also consider our inner speech, because if you're assuming that you already are the thing that your heart desires, like a specific person, you're already with them, then what is your inner speech going to be? It's not going to be things like, I wonder where they are, what they're doing, why they haven't answered my text. It's not going to be that, is it? Instead, it's going to be feelings. Your inner conversations are going to be confirmations that, you know, you're so happy and grateful that you're with this person, that you guys have such a beautiful life together, that you're so happy and blissful together. Those are going to be the new thoughts that you have. That's your new inner conversation. That's your mental diet. And none of that other stuff, which is born out of the 3D, right? Where you look out into your outer world and you say, well, it's not there. And then you get all upset about it. And then, of course, more of it shows up because you are living with the feelings of your heart and the thoughts in your mind. Thoughts create emotion. You're going to feel all the sadness and the sorrow of the 3D. And of course, that's going to, what the universe does not sit back and say, that's not good for her. She really wants this. No, it doesn't do that. It just reflects back whatever you put out. It doesn't decide if it's good for you or if it's not. There's no rationale there other than it's a reflection. It's going to reflect back to you. The universe reflects back the energy that we put out. So when you have a thought and it's a positive thought, then you're going to feel joy and love and whatever that may be, that, according to what your thought is, that's positive. And so then that emotion is a frequency that is pushed out of you. And then the universe doesn't read words, doesn't hear your words. It responds to your frequency, because everything is energy. And so if you have a thought that I am so happy and grateful that I'm in this beautiful, loving relationship with my specific person, even though in the external world you're not yet, well, if you have that thought and then you feel those feelings of love and joy and peace and calm and whatever it may be, then those feelings are pushed out of you. That's the frequency. The universe reads that frequency and pushes and reflects that back to you, giving you more opportunities for things to expand in those areas of love and joy and peace. And so what happens is then you manifest your specific person into your life, because you're living from a state of consciousness that says, I already have it. The universe gives you who you say you are. And if I'm living from saying that I am with my specific person and I'm really happy about that and I feel loved and all those good things, then that's the energy that's being projected from me. I'm telling the universe that's who I am now, because I'm living from that assumption and feeling those feelings. Then it will reflect all of that back to me. And so then it becomes my reality. So whatever I imagine, if I'm imagining that I'm with my specific person and we're, you know, they're telling me how much they love me and want to spend the rest of their lives with me, then, and I feel the feelings of feeling loved and joy and all the good stuff, then that's being pushed out of me from my imagine. Because the universe, I mean, your internal self has no idea when you imagine that it's an imaginal scene. It thinks it's the real deal, which we say is the real deal because we look at everything from the outer world, from the 3D, when in fact the real world is what's going on inside of us. It is the imagination, but we've been taught the opposite. And so it is, we have to switch things around inside of us. So the simple way to do this is to simply decide what you want. Assume that you have it. Feel the feelings of having it right now. Know then that those feelings are being pushed out of you. They're a frequency, and the universe reads frequency, and it will push that, it will reflect that back to you, so that whatever you've imagined and you're feeling is going to be reflected back to you. So if you're imagining that you're with your SP and you guys are already married, or you're in this beautiful loving relationship, that energy is pushed out of you, it's then reflected back, and then it manifests. And that's when it manifests into your 3D reality. However, if you are thinking in your imaginal scene that you're with that person and everything is wonderful and it's a blissful relationship, but you get up then, you go about your day and you're walking around wondering where they are, what they're doing, why you haven't heard from them, they should have texted by now, whatever it may be. If you're doing that, then your inner conversation is in opposition to your imaginal scene. And guess which one's carrying probably the most emotion? and which is probably the most dominant, would be the inner conversation, because you're saying it all the time to yourself. You're checking the 3D. You're looking for evidence out there when the evidence is inside of you. Whatever you imagined, you live from that, you feel that. That's your evidence, because you know that everything outside of you is a reflection, it's not real, of your past thoughts. But what you are saying and believing and imagining right now to be your truth, and that's what the universe sees it as, whatever that is, whatever you're feeling right now internally gets pushed out and then reflected back. And that goes with your inner conversation, because it's getting pushed out. Words, our inner conversation creates emotion, right? So if I'm walking around thinking and fearing that something about my specific person, then that's an emotion that's being pushed out of me. And it's pretty dominant, because we get so upset that we literally spiral and spiral and spiral and cry and, all kinds of negative things. That is much stronger than that imaginal scene you had earlier in the morning when you first woke up. So what do? You have just now created more of what you don't want. You've created more of getting more reasons to spiral, more disappointment, more hurt. And so you can't do that. You have to stay in alignment the whole way across the board. You have to know what you want, assume that you have that, feel the feelings of having it right now, persist in that, and stay with it. And then allow the universe to reflect all of that back to you, because it's the energy of it. Those feelings are being pushed out of you. They will be reflected back to you. And it'll show up in ways that you can't imagine. You don't have to worry about. If you're imagining that you're with your specific person, even though in external world you're not, and then you feel the feelings of being with that person, and you're consistent and you're persistent, and then it gets pushed out, and then the universe will send it to you in whatever way it wants, in whatever time it wants. You don't have to worry about how it will come to you. You just know it will, because whatever I think and feel internally and believe that I'm believing that I am with my person right now. And I'm feeling the love and the joy of that right now. That's pushed out, then reflected back. And the universe, through 3D, will then reflect your inner self, which is that you're with that person. So then your 3D is going to manifest that person into your life, because you pushed it out of you to be reflected back. So how do we resist the 3D and stick with staying in our assumptions? It's devotion. You've got to make a choice. I have got to make a choice. Whenever there's something that I want, I have to make the choice that my imaginal scene, my inner conversation, my attitude about life is all coming from the assumption that I have whatever it is right now. It's mine. So I'm not worrying about anything. It's mine. I have it. I'm enjoying it. I'm feeling the joy of it. It doesn't matter what's showing up in the 3D. It doesn't matter. You have to look at it as that's a reflection of the past, and I'm not going to live from the past. And the past could have been 2 minutes ago when you had that negative thought and you chose not to give in to it, okay? And so you're going to shift from reaction to the 3D to creation, which is living from the assumption that this is already yours right now. And then you're going to dwell in that state of that wish fulfilled already. It's yours now. You can sit down and write your success story because you have it now. And then the third thing is to decide that it's mine and stay there, and then detach from all the negative stuff. That don't let the 3D affect you. Don't let the thoughts. You're in control of your thoughts, and you're to manage them. That's your job, to manage them. And you get to make the choices. No one else can do that for you. No one can help you bring into your life the thing that you want. Oh, we can give you guidance. We can tell you how the law of assumption works, the way quantum physics works. We can explain all of that to you. But you are the person who has to make the choice to stay fully living from the feelings of your wish already fulfilled, no matter what unfolds in the 3D right now. And you stay there. And even if you're in contact with your SP and they're not giving you the kinds of reactions or comments or that you want. It's okay. They're just reflections of your past thoughts and fears. Let that go. That's what you detach from. And you stay in the feeling of already being whatever it is your heart's desiring with that person. And this works for everything. It works for money. It works for health. Whatever it is your heart's desiring, you live from the state of consciousness that says, I already have it. You detach yourself from all the negative thoughts and whatever's going on in the 3D, knowing that it's a reflection of your past thoughts. And then, so you don't give it your energy. And then you just simply dwell in the state of your wish fulfilled, feeling those feelings, enjoying that, and living from that. And you manage your thoughts. You get to choose. Am I going to give in to what I see in the 3D and get upset? Or what I'm hearing run through my mind as a thought, or get upset with that, or attach to it? Or am I going to devotedly stay connected to in the feelings of my assumption already fulfilled? Am I going to persist in that? Am I going to continue to live that I am my specific person's girlfriend, wife, boyfriend, husband, whatever you want? Or it can be for money, it can be for anything, health. I'm going to persist in it. I'm going to stay living from that and enjoy it, no matter what's showing up in the 3D, because that's only temporary. It is only temporary. I tell myself that about health issues. If I have a pain or something that's bothering me physically, instead of getting upset and frightened, I deliberately choose, and it takes a concerted effort, but it's a devotion to live from the end of having whatever kind of health I'm choosing, perfect health. And so I know that whatever's showing up in my 3D is only a reflection of my past thoughts and fears. And so I detach from that and force myself, if you have to make that choice that I have perfect health, even though you have a pain right now. I have perfect health. I have perfect health. And I've seen that over and over and over again. It actually works. You live from the end, feeling the feelings of whatever it is that's yours now. And then your things will manifest. Your SP will manifest. Health will manifest. Money will manifest. You live from the end and you watch your inner conversation. There's a question. It says, notice what you are saying to yourself. This is straight from Neville Goddard, one of his books. Notice what you are saying to yourself at the moment. To what thoughts and feelings, then he says, to what thoughts and feelings are you constantly believing or giving into? So notice your thoughts and feelings. Notice what you're thinking. Is it in alignment with being blissfully married to somebody, with your SP? Is it in alignment with perfect health? Is it in alignment with wealth? Is it in alignment with whatever it is your heart's desiring? And you live from there. So you're going to shift from reaction to creation. You're going to dwell in that state of the wish already fulfilled, and you're going to feel those feelings, because that's the key. You've got to feel the feelings. That's the frequency that goes out of you, and then is reflected back. And then you made that decision. It's a choice. You're going to choose to stay in the assumption and the feelings of that assumption that it's already fulfilled. And you're going to detach from any of the negative stuff going on in the 3D or the thoughts that go through your mind and the fears. You're going to, and let me just say this without making this video too long, is that there have been some comments on some of my videos about it's human to have doubts and fears. No, not really. We are. That's a default that we have bought into. It's human to have doubts and fears. That's a default that we've bought into that is born out of the 3D realm. But the truth is, your humanness is powerful. And that humanness is the quantum field. It's that energy we talk about. It's those frequencies we talk about. Your humanness is an infinite being that has so much power, but it also is important to understand. You have a choice. You have a choice to live defeated and by the 3D as a victim, and using that humanness as a way of saying, I'm the victim, I can't help it because humans just doubt and they fear. That's not true. Humans, if you really look at the truth of what a human being is, we are very powerful. And you're not a victim to that. You have been and are saying that I'm a victim, but you're a victim to the ideology of the 3D reality, which again is a reflection, it's not real. You are not a victim to fear and doubt unless you choose to be. And that's what's so cool about being a human. You have the opportunity to choose life or death, life or blessing, cursing, blessing or cursing. You have the opportunity to choose to stay in the feelings of your wish already fulfilled. And you have the ability, you have the power to choose as a human, to choose life over doubt and fear. Choose the best over doubt and fear. Choose to live from your wish already fulfilled over doubts and fears. When those questions arise, you say, go away. I am already with my specific person. I am already healthy. I am already wealthy. And you live from the feelings of that wish fulfilled, whatever it may be. That's power. And it's not something that's lacking in you. That's not nothing lacking in you. You're very powerful. You just haven't been taught that you are. And so if you're buying into that, I'm so sorry, because I think that you will find your life a bit discouraging, because you're not a victim to fear or doubt because you're a human being. That's a choice you're making. Humans have free will. We get to choose. That's our free will. Am I going to think positive or am I going to think negative? Am I going to live from the end of my wish already fulfilled and feel those feelings? Or am I going to give in to all the fears and the doubts that come up from the 3D realm? That's your choice. You can live in the 4D or the 5D, or you can live in the 3D. You get to choose. It's all up to you. So if you have questions about this, be certain to leave a comment and ask, and or schedule an appointment with me and we can talk specifically about your situation. Blessings.